Hello, Cowboy Nation. As you see the title, I'm putting Jerry Jones on trial. For the past 31 years, since 1996, Jerry Jones not only made the Dallas Cowboys into a laughingstock, but his influence, his decision making as not particularly the owner or the president, but as a GM, the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, has made this team again to a laughing stock of the NFL. Yes, over the past several years, I'm gonna go back to 2007, the year that the Cowboys had the best record in the NFC, home field advantage. Romo, T.O., Jason Witten. You had Julio Jones, Marion Barbarian. You had a defense. They was in the division championship, but they lost to the New York Giants. And from that point all the way to today, Cowboys playoff success has not been good. Not to say that the Cowboys haven't had talent on the field, which they have had in the past. But the one common denominator that has the Cowboys been failures, not just with the players, not just with the coaching staff, not just with the training staff, the front office, and that person is Jerry Jones. Now, to start my beginning argument, I want you to listen to my first evidence.
Except that he loves football, I love football. I've made a lot of mistakes. You know I have. I am not going to grow careless with this relationship. I'm going to do everything within my power, my effort, my heart, as well as my resources to make this go.
You heard it for yourself. Jerry Jones at that time, I believe that was 2004. I think about 2002, 2003, my bad. Take a year. But Jerry Jones said he knows that he made mistakes back then. Isn't that a politician? He said it. Listen again. You heard it from Dave Campbell's mouth, his own mouth, when that was right before Jerry Jones hired this next coach coming up. Because really, the only head coach that outside of Jimmy Johnson, that Jerry Jones have hired to run this organization was Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells, he wasn't brought in to make the Dallas Cowboys to a winner. He was brought in because at that time, the Dallas Cowboys, they were trying to get a new stadium. They were the deal they had with Irvin had expired. Instead of them just putting a duct tape and lipstick and a new paint job on the old Texas Stadium, the Cowboys had negotiated with the city of Dallas. And at the time, the mayor was Lauryn Hill. She was a witch. Take the W away and put the B right there. That's exactly what she was. They was trying to, the Cowboys were trying to make a stadium close to downtown Dallas. But the city of Dallas, they had their own plans for the Dallas Cowboys. They wanted the Dallas Cowboys to put a stadium at this area called Fair Park. And they wanted the Dallas Cowboys to start playing at their first original home was the old Cotton Bowl. Now, I don't know if City of Dallas wanted the Dallas Cowboys to just renovate the Cotton Bowl, or they just wanted the Cowboys to tear it down and build a new stadium. Well, talks didn't work out the way. So they went to Arlington, and as of today, they still have the spaceship up in Arlington. But that was the only reason why they brought Parcells in, because people in Dallas, they saw that Parcells was turning the Cowboys around. And of course, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is a winning area. Anybody that's winning, people are going to gravitate to them. But by the Dallas Cowboys, 10 years removed from 1996 at that time from winning the Super Bowl, the fan base wanted that. They wanted that feeling of being world champions again. Now, Parcells was here for a short period of time, but there's something that I want you to listen to. When Jerry Jones first hired Parcells, just listen closely what Jerry Jones said, okay? And I'll be right back.
Mistakes. You know I have. I am not going to grow careless with this relationship. I'm going to do everything within my power, my effort, my heart, as well as my resources to make this go.
Jerry really knew much about, he's a football fan, but he didn't know much about how things worked and how things went. Jimmy ran the draft, and one of the things that we had a little bit of an advantage when I was there was that he really trusted our coaching staff, maybe a little bit more than the scouts, because he really didn't know the scouts that well. So when you walk in, I was able to talk to him about Larry Brown and Darren Woodson and the guys and he trusted the fact that I knew what we were looking for the football team. Jerry didn't have much of an influence at all. Then once Jimmy left, and Jerry got a little bit more into the understanding of what goes on in the draft and how you look at players and that type of thing, it changed. It went to the idea that, he listened, but he didn't actually look at players.
Right.
He did everything from listening to people.
Right.
And one of the things that has hurt him in the past, in my opinion, is that he listened to people outside the building more than he did the people inside the building. So from that standpoint, I think we made some mistakes back in the day. When I was there, I had input.
Right.
But he was listening to other people more than he was listening to me, to be honest with you.
Jerry, not only did he fool me for, I'm going to say 20 years, because the last 10 years, I had enough. But I was still hoping that the Cowboys would turn it around. But he had fooled a lot of fan base. Jerry is the master of selling dreams and hopes, false promises that he said with the fan base. This coming out of Jerry Jones' own mouth. And have you noticed, after Parcells, look who they hired as the head coach. Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett, Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer. None of the coaches says they are a winning Super Bowl-based coach. Yes, McCarthy won Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers, but he had a young Rodgers as his quarterback. And he haven't done nothing since then. But coming to the Cowboys actually neutered him. I think McCarthy could have been better, But he was so desperate for a job, the Cowboys neutered him. Now, let's see what he do with the Steelers this year. That remains to be seen. But as far as this team goes, the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones has done a terrible job. He has made this so-called the darlings of NFL America's team. He has made it into America's joke. Yes, this team is a freaking joke. It's nothing but a soap opera. Jerry Jones had made even 85% of the fan base, and I always keep harping that. 85% of the fan base are the Kool-Aid drinking, Jerry Jones piss laced urine drinkers of this team. I'm going to always be a Cowboy fan, but my emotional ties right now, it's non-existent. Cowboys have been, you see how they say about the draft. Jerry, he don't listen with his own head coaches. He don't listen with his own training staff. Will McClay, is he just a figurehead? Is this, I'm going there, is it just a racial thing with Jerry so that the NFL's where the power to be won't get on him saying that why don't you have any minorities on top or high in power? I don't know. But at one point, I admit, I thought that Will McClay had him and with the Joneses and the coaching staff, I thought they had figured it out. I literally thought that what they were doing, they was doing right by the fan base. I'm talking about from 2014, 2016. I thought they had it going on the right direction. But no, they wasn't. Was Stephen Jones running the show at that time? Because remember now, Jerry Jones said that he was dealing with cancer at that time. So, was Stephen running the show? Because think about it. For the past several years, when Cowboys go into free agency, they always assign one-year players. And then they discard them unless they do a good job, and it might bring them back for one more year. I don't know what the case is, but Jerry Jones, whether he's still running the show or not, or he just a figurehead, he still is the owner. He still is the president. And he still is the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. This team has lacked accountability. It has lacked hunger to win. They just accept mediocrity. That's what the Dallas Cowboys has become. It's not relevant. It's just a circus show. This team is soft. Yes, I know on my channel, I talk about Dak. I talk about the defense. I talk about the head coach. Matter of fact, I still consider Schottenheimer as the crybaby head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. All of that doesn't matter. What really matters is Jerry Jones' ego is too damn fragile for him to hire a strong-minded head coach to run this team properly. That's why this team is so soft, because again, the Cowboys players always reflect the head coach. If you have a head coach in here saying that if you want to be the biggest, baddest person in the prison, you go after the biggest, baddest person in the prison and knock him out. What this team do, they'll say, we're going to pick up the soap. That's the mentality of this team. As long as whether it's good or bad, as long as they making some type of noise that ESPN, Fox Sports, YouTube News, whatever, that the fan base and the media can gravitate on, that's all they need, is to keep them relevant. And I'm tired of relevant. So, by me putting Jerry Jones on trial like this, Jerry Jones, I find you guilty of being a pussy owner. General manager, you deserve to be fired. But you can't fire a person who can't fire himself. And I'm going to leave one more thing with you. This right here is the reason why the fan base are all idiots. They look up, kiss this idiot behind. Trust me, I know football. Believe he's the best GM in NFL history. Because, again, he doesn't listen to his own people. He always have to go outside the box, outside influence. That's why the Dallas Cowboys would never win again until Jerry Jones stepped down.